So in today's video, I'm going to be playing a version of Southwest Florida that actually has the original map, and I figured that with Greenville releasing the original revamp map, this kind of fit the theme with what seems to be going on right now. I would like to point out though that this isn't actually an official version, so I won't be linking this game in the description or anything like that, since I don't really condone people stealing maps from other games, but I do honestly just want to show it off because I think it is cool regardless to have a look back at what the game was like back then, to a degree at least. But yeah, before we get into today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 20.8k subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated. And for those guys who like to join my Discord server, that is in the description below as always, for those guys who want to sit through all my future Greenville and Southwest Florida content. But yeah, anyways, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so here we are inside of the original Southwest Florida map. I would like to get out of the way that these cars and stuff aren't actually ones from the original game, sadly, and they are simply just like free model slot cars or whatever. I honestly have no idea, to be honest, but the thing that really matters here is the actual map itself. So I mean, first of all, here's the old Southwest Florida dealership, and I mean, for those of you guys who don't remember, you know, this thing looks completely different to what is currently in the game. And I mean, I have to be honest here, I only really played Southwest Florida like a few times before it did revamp, but I mean, this is still a pretty iconic building regardless, for those of you who did play back then. But it seriously actually doesn't look too bad considering its age. Anyways, driving out of the dealership here, I'm actually going to go over this bridge because it does look pretty interesting, and it is extremely laggy first of all though, with all of these trees and stuff loading in, which is actually something to point out. I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling that there are probably more trees in this version of the map. Anyways, here's the first gas station here. So yeah, this is the original stud rack gas station. For the most part, considering that this game was literally like an early beta by this point in time, it actually doesn't look bad whatsoever. And I mean, it's really no wonder why Southwest Florida became such a big game. And then we also have the original McBlox's building, which is definitely interesting to see. Once again, actually doesn't look bad whatsoever. And I'm not even just saying that, like if they added something like this today, I honestly probably, you know, wouldn't really think anything of it. Like, I mean, obviously a few small details such as these cash registers and whatnot aren't that good, but for the most part, yeah, it's actually okay. And yeah, for those guys who didn't play Southwest Florida at this point in time, the map was totally different to how it is today. It's not like Greenville, how they sort of just like built off of the GV3 map and then sort of went from there. Like, this is a totally different map and totally different location in Southwest Florida, at least to what we currently have. I mean, even FinTech right here looks totally different, and it's in a completely different location once again. Now, I don't think I'm able to get to the top stories in this version of the game because obviously it isn't the real version. However, I should be able to use free cam to see up top right here. So it's quite interesting because there was actually no interior in this part. However, you did have the main reception area, which I actually do remember myself. And this is actually quite a nice little lobby area right here, and you could take the elevators, which would obviously bring you up to the main area of the building right here. Which, I mean, yeah, it just looks like a basic office building. For the time though, I remember this being like amazing, and I mean, to this day it still actually holds up relatively well, which is something I've noticed. And I mean, although objectively I do think the new map is better in a lot of ways, a lot of people, including myself, do honestly think that the old map, you know, in certain areas was definitely better than the current map. As you guys can see as well, in the old map there's a lot of different side roads here, even compared to, like, for example, Greenville. Like, it's actually insane. And then we also have this massive bridge right here, as you guys can see, where obviously we go over a little, like, a body of water right here, and it sends us to another part of the map. It's like a totally different island, it looks like. It almost feels like a GTA map in that sense, that, you know, it's sort of like split up into multiple different islands for those of you guys who have played different versions of GTA. And then obviously we have the downtown area right here, and this is definitely the most famous part of the original map, I'd say, because I mean, you know, it's so dense and it actually feels like a legitimate, like, you know, sort of beach city slash town or whatever. And unfortunately, that's something that the current revamp map, in my opinion, doesn't really capture as well, since, you know, a lot of the things now are like sort of spread apart, and it's just, you know, not as lifelike, I guess you could say. And thankfully, that's something that the new Southwest Florida revamp seems to be bringing back, which is definitely something that myself and a lot of other people are thankful about, because I mean, dude, this was such a cool part to drive around in. And I mean, although, yeah, a lot of it was prop buildings, which actually this building isn't a prop building now that I think about it. I don't really know what this is actually supposed to be, but it looks like a little, like, maybe like a bakery or something. I don't really know. But yeah, anyways, even though a lot of the buildings were prop buildings, it still looked a lot better in my opinion. And then we have this long strip of road here, which is actually quite similar to what is currently in Southwest Florida. In fact, I think it might actually be based on the exact same location, if I'm not wrong. Don't quote me on that though, because I have no idea. I'm only saying that because in the current version of Southwest Florida, there's like a little roundabout at the very end, and then like a hotel, which it looks like this is sort of supposed to be that. Additionally, we have the Fort Myers Beach Police Department. Super modern looking police station as well, actually. Got a little vending machine area right here. I mean, sure, it's very basic and sort of low poly in a sense, but it definitely did the job, and in my opinion still would do the job now. And now the next bridge that is coming up is probably the most iconic thing of the original version of Southwest Florida, and that is actually the little drawbridge thing. And there actually used to be a job in the original version of the game where you would sit in this booth and you were actually able to manually bring up and down the bridge. And this is something that was unfortunately removed in the current version of the game, and a lot of people, including myself, missed this a lot. It was definitely something super cool for its time and still would be today, and it was kind of cool messing with traffic and stuff as well. Yeah, anyways, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you did all enjoy it. For those guys who did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 20 20.8k subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated as always. And for those guys who like to medical tour, that is in the description below. For those of you guys who would like to see all my future content and all the Greenville and Southwest Florida's update information. But yeah, anyways, once again, I'm not condoning the person who did steal this map, but it was definitely cool to go back and see what Southwest Florida looked like back then again. As you know, personally for me, it has at least been a good like 4 years now since I've seen it like this. And let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.